My name is Professor Seamus Donnelly. I'm Professor of Medicine at Trinity College Dublin and here at Tallaght Hospital. I'd like to welcome you to the Meath Foundation Research Laboratories. And the Meath Foundation has invested significantly in the research infrastructure on the hospital campus. And this investment in the laboratory represents a further extension of that important funding to allow us to do top quality research here at Tallaght Hospital. I occupy the translational medicine space, and by that I mean that at a clinic, meeting patients, I identify clinical unmet need, and then devising a hypothesis, we come back to the bench and we investigate whether that hypothesis is true or valid or not. If we define a new novel pathway that drives disease pathogenesis, then that offers an opportunity for novel therapy development at Trinity, in Dublin and Ireland for the benefit of our patients. The significant investment by the Foundation is an example of a very viable and very fruitful partnership between senior management in the hospital, between Trinity College Dublin and between the Meath Foundation. This has allowed us upgrade the laboratory to best international practice, best laboratory practice, in particular in the context of upgrading equipment for cell and molecular biology, primary cell culture work and biorepository development. Tallaght Hospital has a rich historical history going back 250 years, and this builds on that rich legacy of 250 years of clinical, academic and clinical excellence. With the investment by the Foundation, we've seen in a relatively short period a significant increase in the research capacity and the research work done here in Tallaght Hospital. In practical terms, in the last 12 months, we've seen an increase of 50% activity within the Meath Foundation research laboratories. This encompasses a variety of different disciplines, a variety of different diseases, from respiratory, cardiology, to endocrinology, to cancer care, to our surgical colleagues, orthopedics, to our cancer care colleagues or neurology colleagues. This allows us to best international practice bench-based assays, novel immunoassays, specifically related to clinical trials that are ongoing here within the hospital, to biorepository development and being part of a global network in the context of DNA collections and sample collections from patients with regard to identifying specific genes and patterns of genes that are associated with disease, associated with response to therapy, associated with prognosis. All that investment results in better quality research on the campus and better patient care ultimately.
So my specific research interest is in transient ischemic attack, or TIA, and ischemic stroke, which accounts for 85% of acute strokes. Stroke is incredibly important. It's the major cause of acquired disability and the second to third commonest cause of death in adults. Over the last 10 years, with the support of the Meath Foundation and others, we've developed an internationally recognized translational research program looking at two main themes here. Firstly, looking at the cause of stroke in patients with narrowed carotid arteries in their neck called carotid stenosis. And secondly, looking at our ability to monitor the response to antiplatelet therapy or drugs that are used to treat stroke and TIA. So with the support of the Foundation and other groups, we've looked at this issue with the very comprehensive suite of platelet activation and functional tests that we have in the laboratory here, which is the most comprehensive assay of platelet activation and function in patients with stroke and TIA in the country. We're able to then in turn assess patients' response to the treatment. And we have found that between 18 to 60% of our patients who are prescribed these medications do not have the ideal response to the medications in the laboratory. And what we now are planning to do with international collaborators over the next number of years and with the support of the Foundation is to determine whether patients who don't respond as well in the laboratory subsequently have a higher risk of recurrent vascular events in the clinical setting. And if that's the case, what we need to do then is to change the patient's treatment and to go towards what we call individualized or personalized medicine to optimize prevention of stroke and TIA and other vascular events. And this will be a huge advance in our ability to treat this very potentially disabling disease. The final thing I want to mention is obviously the support of the Foundation has been incredible over the last 10 years and extremely important to the hospital to allow us to do this work on site with the clinical patient samples being assessed immediately in the laboratory after they are taken from the patients in the hospital. And this has allowed us to generate 4 PhD student theses, and also 47 peer-reviewed publications and 67 abstracts from our group over the last 10 years. And with the ongoing support, we anticipate that this will be a highly productive time in the years to come.
Hello, my name is Ronan Mullen. I'm a clinical rheumatologist based at Tallaght Hospital. I'm also a clinician scientist. We're now in the lucky position where we, as a nascent and growing rheumatology research department, have all these facilities at our disposal to improve and increase the capacity to produce high impact factor research and collaborations. One of the amazing things about working in a hospital which has on-site laboratory facilities is that it enables collaboration and cooperation between doctors and scientists who operate in different medical specialties or who also operate within the surgical field, in the surgical arena. What you often find is that an area in one part of research which is new and dynamic may be applied to your own specialty. So I really see that this is going to be a fertile environment for research, for sharing of ideas, and to develop our capacity here as an academic institution, but ultimately with the benefit of patient care in mind at all times. One of the really exciting things about working in a translational lab is that you're often working with doctors and scientists from different specialties. It avoids this whole idea where you're stuck in a silo and not able to cross-pollinate ideas. So in the future, what we hope to see here is many more researchers, many more postdocs, PhD students and principal investigators working through the hospital who can sit down here as a group and share ideas to drive progress both in a research setting and hopefully to the bedside with the patient.